there's some just kind of hard ones. So I'm going to take the word enough. So again, the first thing I have to do is make sure I have it spelled correctly. You don't want to teach this wrong spelling to yourself, right? So I'm going to copy it in the first column here. E-N-O-U-G-H. Enough. Now, when you get this fancy folder that has 3 flaps, the first flap has some strategies to help you look at a word and notice things about it. So let me zoom right into this part right here. These are not all the strategies in the world, but there are some really good ones that help 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders, okay? So, ways we can look at words. Well, if you have a word that has a really tricky beginning, and the beginning of the word is the part that you don't really know how to spell well, you could think about, how does this word start? And is it similar to another word I do know how to spell? Well, in the word enough, I'm not having any trouble with the beginning. Listen to it. E. What letter is it?
E.
Uh-huh. What's the sound?
N.
Yeah, I'm not having any trouble with the E-N part of enough. I'm actually having trouble with the ending of enough. It's hard. It sounds like U-F-F, like fluff, enough, but it's not spelled that way. It's spelled O-U-G-H. So I might use this strategy to help me. How does it end? Does it end like another word that I know? Can you think of a word that ends in O-U-G-H? Tough. What else? Rough. Wow. If I figure out how to spell enough, I know like a whole word family. Tough, rough, enough. It ends like the word though also, which is a tricky word to spell, but they don't sound the same. So that's going to be my strategy that I'm going to use today. But there's other strategies that you can use. You could look at your big word and say, are there smaller words inside? Like, for example, let's say you wanted to spell handkerchief today. Do you see some words in there you know? Tell them to me. Hand and chief. That's right. If you were trying to spell different, maybe you go, oh, differ is in there.
And rent.
Yeah, or rent. Maybe you want to pay attention to rent because it's the ending of the word that you're getting wrong, indifferent. Or maybe you could say, wait, is there a part of a word I know? Like an ending that's common, like the T-I-O-N ending. Maybe your word has shun at the end and it's spelled T-I-O-N. Or maybe there's a word that you're trying to spell that has I-G-H-T and you know that ending. Or B-L-E. Or maybe you need to notice the middle of the word. It's the middle of the word that's giving you a hard time. Like in vacuum, to use, and 1C. Tricky. Maybe you need to pay attention to silent letters. Maybe that's the part of the word that you're getting wrong, because you don't hear the sound. One of my all-time favorite spelling strategies that always helps me and will always help you get really, really close to the correct spelling is to break your word into syllables. Look at, I took the word syllable and I broke it up. Syllables. I bet I could spell the word syllable if I slowed down and broke it up into its parts. Sill. La. Spell la. Bowls. I can spell that, right? And maybe sometimes the word's just so hard that you might make a little mnemonic device. Have you heard Roy G. Biv to help you learn the colors of the rainbow? Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. Roy G. Biv. Sometimes you hear that in art class. Did you ever have a teacher tell you, oh, if you want to spell together, just spell to get her? Or if you had Mrs. Cleary, she might have taught you in first grade how to spell because by thinking of this. Big elephants can always use small elephants. B-E-C-A-U-S-E. So sometimes you might take a word and you might make something funny out of it. In the other 5th grade class, we were saying vacuum has 2 U's, right? So you might go, you vacuum, you vacuum. Not me. And you remember that for the rest of your life. 2 U's in vacuum. No, you vacuum, you vacuum. So sometimes we just create ways to help us remember hard words. It all depends on the word. For enough, I'm going to think of rough and tough. I'm going to highlight the part of the word that's hard for me. It's not the beginning. It's the middle and the end. All right, I've looked at the word. I've used a strategy. I've highlighted it. Now, after I look at it, say it, what do I do? First, cover it. Got to cover this too, right? All right, now I'm going to write it. And I'm going to say it as I write it too. Oh, here comes the hard part. But if I think of tough, I'm going to take the same ending. Now, check it. Pencil down, point your fingers. This is really, really important. When kids don't do this step, they often spell it wrong multiple times and never learn it right. E-E-N-N-O-O-U-U-G-G-H-H. Did I get it right? Yeah. I did. But imagine there was a part that I missed. If I missed, let's say the U, imagine I wrote E-N-U-G-H, or I missed the O. Whatever part that's still not right, you're going to come here and highlight it. So you think to yourself, all right, what do I really need to focus on? Maybe it's the vowel team. Even though I got it right, I can still use this 3rd column. I can still cover it up and try it again. E-N-U-F, like tough. And then I can check it again. E-E-N-N-O-O-U-U-G-G-H-H. Enough. You can pause.